Being Your Best You with Dr. Keir.
I'm exceptional, thank you. How are you today?
I'm so good.
Blocks to bold, brass to gold, better to best. We all get caught in mental mazes, believing that we have to live the way others see us, or being taught to think things through. Dr. Keir is an agent of change using Geotran human programming and activations to quickly and easily release people from the automatic patterns and inner glitches that block their healthy, wealthy, happy life. Instead of going where our innate circuitry takes us. Being in alignment with you is the best way to create your best life. Are you ready to be your best self? Being Your Best You with Dr. Keir. Welcome to the show.
Hey, this is Dr. Keir, and I'm having an exceptional day, and I hope you are too. Man, it's just so wonderful to be in spring again, and I just finished taping a segment about what I'm just thrilled to be doing, which is Geotran. I just go in there and I fix your biocomputers, and whoa! So, man, if you're stuck or feeling sluggish or in some other way not able to be you in the now, you really need to get in touch with me. But for today, we have Dr. Kevin Richardson, who was on the show last week, as you know, and we're actually going to see him demonstrate, or he's going to demonstrate on me and on you, if you give permission, how to eliminate sugar cravings. Now, he works in a lot of different areas, but his specialty is obesity. And obviously, sugar cravings are a really strong part of that. He's got some great stories to tell, some wonderful success stories. And man, firstly, I love to see people do what they're excited to do, with their passion, what their genius is all about. So it's just a thrill for me. But also, I felt that maybe this topic would help me. I make chocolate truffles. You know, I've got to get more local friends so that I can spread them around more. But also, I kind of feel it might help you, our listeners, too, because, as we get to our age, then there tends to be this belief in middle-age spread and the slowing down of the metabolism and what have you. And if we can just deal with even one aspect of that and eliminate the sugar cravings, I think it's going to add to everybody's health. So, and energy. So I am just thrilled to have with me Dr. Kevin Richardson. He has been a hypnotherapist, a clinical hypnotherapist, which is quite the distinction, emanating from Desert Hot Springs, California, Palm Springs, some spring or other.
Yeah.
Dr. Kevin, over to you.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Keir. I am just so thrilled to be here, and thank you for asking me back. I'm so passionate, and I just love helping people. And today we're going to talk about sugar cravings. Oh my God. The thing that I dread the most is my sugar cravings at 2 a.m, and I'm scrambling, looking through the kitchen for a candy bar, and my spouse wakes up going, "What are you looking for?" And I go, "That candy bar. I smell it. I smell it. I smell it. Where is it?" It's in my nightstand. You can't.
Saturation principle.
Yes, you can't hide chocolate from me. I'll find it.
I have a group on Facebook called Church of Chocolate, and I think you should join.
I think I should. So, but in my research about obesity, cravings is one of the number one causes for failure of diets.
Sure.
And that's really hard to control. So,
By
what's
definition.
going on? What's happening? So, in part of, I really wanted to understand cravings and sugar cravings specifically. And they're so common and they are hard to resist. OMG. When we start getting a sugar craving, we are searching high and low for sugar. And it might be in the kitchen, it might be at 2 in the morning at the grocery store. If your grocery stores are, a lot of our grocery stores are 24 hours out here in the California area. I think part of it's because of the traffic is so bad. They can't get there during closing time, before closing time. So, it's just hard to deal with. So, what causes sugar cravings? Where is it coming from? Well, dehydration is one. Mineral deficiencies is another one, and there are. Okay, where did I put it on my script? Hormonal changes. As we get older, our hormones change. As women go through the change of life, their sugar cravings can go up. So, how do we deal with that? What do we do? How do we get through this? Also, poor diet. If your diet is just poor nutrition, that can cause sugar cravings. So, what do we do to get over it? How do we get over it? Well, I think hypnosis is probably the number one way. However, the research got to be transparent. I got to be transparent. So, the research shows that there are basically 20 foods that can help you control your diet, your diet cravings for sugar. And the number one is berries, blackberries, red berries, raspberries, blueberries. Berries help to control sugar cravings because they're low in sugar and they're high in fiber, which help you to feel full for a longer period of time. Avocados. I didn't know this. Avocados help to control sugar cravings. I was like, wow, we have avocados on our salads every night.
Yeah.
And because they help to control, and they're a good fat. So they stay in the stomach longer and they keep you full longer. Pistachios. Who knew the strength of pistachios? They are high in protein, they have a healthy fat, and they keep your blood sugars stable. Now, when you eat sugar, your blood sugar spikes. And when your blood sugar spikes, your insulin spikes. And when your insulin spikes, it creates fat. So if you notice, a lot of these foods are low on the glycemic index. And that's because they don't spike sugar. They don't spike the insulin. Now, hummus is another great way of controlling sugar cravings. Who knew? I didn't. Sweet potatoes. I love sweet potatoes. But they're low on the glycemic index. And they're high in fiber, which means that they stay in the stomach longer. And also, they don't spike the blood sugar. Greek yogurt. High in protein and keep you feeling full and satisfied longer. Now, this is your favorite, Dr. Keir. Dark chocolate.
I don't go below 70% for anything, and most of mine's 85%. So, obviously, I'll have to make more of my vegan chocolate avocado mousse and sprinkle some pistachios on top.
Yes! Perfect. perfect. You get your sweet fix, but then also you control your craving.
Exactly.
Wow.
I'll
You
send you the
can't-
recipe afterwards, shall I?
Yes, please do. Oh, and another factor, dehydration can factor in with increasing your sugar cravings. All right. Also, there's mineral deficiencies
Yeah.
that can increase your sugar cravings. That includes such things as zinc, chromium,
Chromium, I knew
iron.
about. Mhm.
Chromium is big.
Yeah.
Iron. Women tend to be low on iron. So, because of the female species, I think, they just have iron deficiency, iron poor blood. Calcium, interestingly enough. So as we're getting older, our calcium is declining.
Yeah, I knew that.
With osteoporosis. So calcium is important.
Huh.
And one to really think about and to notice is magnesium.
Oh, that I did know about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Making a note of all these. Thank you so much for being detailed. So zinc, chromium,
Chromium, iron, calcium, and magnesium.
Calcium, magnesium. Okay, I can see I'm due for a trip to Cell Nutritionals or possibly to Amazon if necessary.
Oh, I get all mine on Amazon. Also, what in the research shows that with magnesium, you want to double your intake as you get over the age of 65.
Well, I am 65 right now, so this is good to know.
Well, I'm over that. I've tipped it. I'm pulling it along now instead of pushing it.
Over the hill? What hill? We're just picking up speed. Ah!
I'm not over the hill. I'm just starting a new one. It's a little bit smaller, but I'm starting a new one.
Okay.
A little bit shorter. So, getting the minerals are also really important. And you can do that through your food intake. Mm-hmm. So, if you have a poor nutritional diet, you're not getting the nutrition that you need to manage your sugar cravings.
Right.
Now, I had a client last August who came to me and she wanted to lose weight. I said, great. So I said, how's your sugar cravings? She said, out of control. Out of control. Completely out of control. I said, well, what do you eat? What do you eat for dinner? Give me an example of what you're eating for dinner. And I thought she was going to say salad, maybe some chicken, or maybe some pork, or maybe some fish. Nope. Ice cream.
For dinner?
For dinner. And the rest of the evening, I said, how much are you eating? You're going to be seeing my hypno cat here. That's Dusty. He has to make an appearance. He's not, he'll complain all day if I don't let him have an appearance.
And even then, he'll criticize your technique.
Yeah. Yeah. He knows how to get in front of the camera. So she was saying, is there a problem with that? And I went, yeah, your diet and your weight gain and your insulin levels, and you could be insulin resistant. So you're just packing on fat just because of that. So she said, well, what can I do?
Where do you want to start?
It was like, okay, I'm just going to cut to the chase. Hypnosis. We're just going to go for the easy fix, the quick fix, and we're just going to do it right now.
All right.
So I did a 45-minute session with her.
Mm-hmm.
And she hasn't had ice cream since.
Wow. Now, there's efficacy for you.
Gone. Gone. Last time I spoke with her about a month ago, no craving.
Still on.
Ice cream. None at all. She said, I don't even buy it anymore.
There you go.
So
change it in the subconscious, and that's not
we got into the subconscious. So people ask me, well, what did you do? How did you do that? Well, I put the suggestion in of that ice cream tastes like something that her cat drags in. End of story.
Now, I seem to recall that you tested this on your own system first, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So it became, she was like, you know what, Kevin? Every time I even think about ice cream, I think of my cat.
Sneaky.
And I said, what do you ever get a taste in your mouth? She says, yeah, I can't say it out loud, but it just she just looked at me and she says, I don't know what you did, but you helped me get rid of my need for ice cream, but now I got this taste in my mouth every time I taste it, every time I think about it.
Oh dear.
So I was like, well, is it working? Yes, it's working. And I said, good for you. That's what you needed.
Yeah.
Not everybody needs that. Sometimes it's just changing the taste of something. Maybe not as drastic, but she had such a strong craving for the ice cream, and the sugar cravings were so strong that we had to really go drastic in order to help her.
Maybe I could have the middle level. In fact, Kevin, I wanted to mention to you that, we talked about this last week, of course, when we set up to do this. And I actually have not really been feeling like eating sweets. I had a little bit, and I make chocolate truffles. I have had one chocolate truffle out of the 2 batches I made after we had the conversation.
Wow.
Yeah. So possibly I don't even need this, but I am so willing to be your guinea pig on this one. Because I understand about the insulin resistance and what have you. I'd like to lose like 10 pounds, like most of us would. Maybe. So hey, I'm really happy that you can be educational for me and for everybody who's listening.
So for everybody that's listening, out of fairness to them, what Dr. Keir and I talked about was the microbiomes in the gut.
Yeah.
And what we talked about in detail was the fact that the craving is not generated in the brain.
Exactly.
And which was news to me when I was studying this. I thought the brain thought about it. Not at all. It doesn't come from the brain. It comes from the microbiomes in the gut.
Yeah.
Now, I can't even pronounce the name of them. They're like 30 letters long. The actual bacteria that causes it. And there's 2 bacteria that are the most prolific that cause it. And so what Dr. Keir and I talked about was probiotics.
That's right. Speaking of things that are too long to pronounce,
Yeah. And those are fed into the gut to help rebalance the gut.
Right.
And go ahead.
So what I did, just for our listeners, is that as soon as I hung up with Dr. Kevin, of course, I went out to Amazon and actually, he fortunately sent me the name of the probiotic that's specially recommended for reducing sugar cravings. Because man, if he'd said it to me, even though I'm pretty good at this stuff, it's like anyway. So I copied and pasted and put it into Amazon, and duly got this. Actually, I have the bottle right here.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, the joys of working from home, eh?
Yes,
Okay. So here, this is what you recommended,
I
and
did.
um, and here's what I noticed. Um, I had already sort of backed off from, for me anyway, I have the kind of personality where it kind of goes in cycles, and I'll feel really kind of obsessed with one or two foods for a little while, and then it'll move on, or I'll get a better balance. So it wasn't so much noticing the reduction in the sugar craving as such. What I noticed is I was getting a lot less bloated.
Yeah.
And that is totally connected because these microflora or fauna, I'm never quite sure which. Anyway, in the microbiome,
Yeah.
they eat the sugar and they excrete gas and alcohol. They're basically fermenting it, and that's why we get bloated, or some of us do anyway, if we
Right.
eat too much sweet stuff. For me, I actually eat very little ice cream because that combination of sugar and milk is what does it. Kind of does me in.
Lactose intolerant.
Yeah. So that combination is very challenging for me. So that's what I really, really noticed is that I have not been feeling bloated in the whole 2 days that I've been taking the probiotics on your recommendation.
Awesome.
So thank you.
Awesome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I take it. I ran out, and I've got to get more.
I can text you the name.
Oh, it's in my
Orders.
list on Amazon. I should buy stock in the company.
Definitely.
But why this particular probiotic for our listeners? It's because it was specially formatted for sugar cravings.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
designed for sugar cravings,
Yeah.
specifically designed for it.
Right.
And in the research that I read during school was that this is the one that the research specifically named.
Mm-hmm.
And the caution with that is that not everybody can take it without getting bloated and having some side effects. So there can be side effects with different probiotics. So you got to be careful with that. And you may want to talk to your doctor about it before you really get started with it for the listeners.
Yeah.
And, if you're really into your health and you really have a good understanding about nutrition and health, then, maybe mention it to your doctor, see what he thinks, or try it and see what response you get.
Or go talk to somebody who can muscle test you for it, like any acupuncturist would be able to do that.
Or Dr. Keir.
Yeah. For instance, I can check stuff for you.
Yeah.
People call me all the time with really simple questions like this or this or this or this. And I'll go, okay, make a list. Number 4 is the one that's best for you right now.
Yeah.
How hard is that?
Perfect. Yay!
You know where to find me.
All right, Dr. Keir, are you ready to do some hypnotherapy?
I'm here. I have my beret just in case I have to make a quick exit. I'm just totally ready.
Okay. All right. So some housekeeping tips. If you are driving a car, listening on your radio, driving a car, do not participate. Also, if you're operating equipment or machinery, do not participate. That could put you at risk. So the other thing is that you want to be in a safe, secure environment where you feel safe and secure. And I do need your permission. You need to give me your permission. If I don't get your permission, I can't hypnotize you. Mm-hmm. So, and just to explain, hypnosis, we go into and out of every day. When you're going to sleep, you go into hypnosis, you pass into hypnosis and through it to go to sleep. If you're driving a car and you miss your exit, that's hypnosis. If you're like going, oh, I was supposed to turn there.
It's like all your default programming is really going on in the subconscious, and that
It
is
is.
exactly the part that we reach in geotran and also in hypnotherapy. Yeah.
Exactly. So, as we age, when we're born, we have a primitive brain. And as we're going into childhood, we're developing pluses and minuses, likes or dislikes. There was a very famous president, Dr. or George Bush the first, who refused to allow broccoli in the White House. Refused it. Hated it. That's a negative. And he formulated that when he was a child.
Yeah.
Something happened, some way, somehow, he developed a dislike for it.
Mhm.
So, what we do with hypnosis is that we let the conscious brain go on a coffee break. And all hypnosis is just a very focused relaxation and a focused attention.
Mm.
It's just laser focus.
Mm.
So, people, when they awake from it, they feel refreshed typically, and they feel like they've just taken a nap. And they just feel like, oh my God, I just had this nap. But they went through hypnosis. So, are you ready to begin?
Yes, and I absolutely give you permission. So if I may just interject for a minute, people who are listening or watching after we broadcast this, which I think is going to be the end of May, all you have to do is when Dr. Kevin asks, you can just say yes in the field if you wish to receive this process. I am saying yes in the conscious because I'm the one who's here. I say yes, yes, yes.
All right, my friend. And so let's begin. Okay, so we're going to begin. So, Dr. Kier, I'd like for you to close your eyes. Begin to focus your attention inward. Take 5 deep breaths, breathing in relaxation, breathing out any tension, stress, anxiety. Breathing in relaxation, and with each breath, you're doubling your relaxation. Going deeper and deeper, drifting deeper and deeper. And as you're going deeper and deeper, picture, visualize, or imagine that you're standing at the edge of this magnificent staircase. Beautiful staircase. Very sturdy, very strong. Has a magnificent handrail that is sturdy and safe. And we're starting at 10, counting backwards. At 10, you're stepping down to 9. And as you're stepping down to 9, you're doubling your relaxation and doubling your comfort. Breathing in calm, peace, relaxation. As you step down to 8, you're doubling your relaxation again, going deeper and deeper. Drifting deeper and deeper. Visualizing, picture, or imagine this magnificent staircase, safe and secure. Going down to 7, doubling your relaxation. And as you're doubling your relaxation, any remaining tension, stress, or anxiety is draining out of your fingertips and your toes, just like water drains out of the sink. And as any of that drains out, you're being filled with relaxation, comfort, and calm, serenity, and peace. At 6, doubling your relaxation again, going deeper and deeper. Going deeper and deeper. feeling your relaxation, feeling calm, feeling peace. At 5, you're halfway down, feeling deeper and deeper, calm, peaceful. Stepping down to 4, drifting deeper and deeper. Feeling your muscles relax. Feeling your body totally relaxed, calm, peaceful. As you're stepping down to 3, you can picture, imagine, or visualize this pathway. It's your pathway. You can fill in all the pictures, all of the flowers, the plants, the sounds. Stepping down to 2, the pathway is becoming clearer and clearer in your view. Stepping down to 1, you're ready to make that final step. Down to 0. 0 always means deep sleep for the purposes of hypnosis and hypnosis only, and only with your permission. Here, by closing your eyes, taking 5 deep breaths, and saying the words deep sleep, you can return to this level quickly and easily. You're now on your pathway. Your favorite plants, your favorite trees. Maybe it's a pathway in the mountains of France. You can hear the birds chirping. You can feel the warmth of the sun on your skin. You can feel the coolness of the breeze. Drifting deeper and deeper. As you're walking down your pathway, you see this most beautiful flower in the shape of the number 5. You bend down and you sniff the magnificent perfume, filling you with relaxation and peace and joy. Drifting deeper and deeper. Continuing on your pathway, you come to the next flower. It may be on your right side, it may be on your left side. It's up to you. You're in control. And you sniff that flower. And it is just another fragrant, aromatic, wonderful smell. It may even smell like chocolate. You're drifting deeper and deeper, feeling totally relaxed, feeling totally at peace, drifting deeper and deeper. Now you find the next flower in the shape of a 3. It may be an orange blossom. It's one of your favorite flowers. You're in control. You can choose. And as you breathe in the aroma of this flower, it just fills you with deep, deep relaxation. Drifting deeper and deeper, feeling more relaxed, deeper and deeper. And now you move down towards your pathway and you can see the doorway into your garden. So the next flower is in a shape of a 2. It's your favorite. It's one of your favorites. And then you move on to the next flower. It's in the shape of a 1. And then you're at the gate, and the gate is 0, and 0 always means deep sleep for the purposes of hypnosis and hypnosis only. And cure by taking 5 deep breaths and closing your eyes. You can return to this level quickly and easily by repeating the words deep sleep. And you're at the gate to your garden. You can picture, visualize, and imagine what that looks like. It's your favorite garden. It could be in the United States. It could be in France. In full bloom. Aromatic. Different colors, different flowers, different sounds, different textures. The sun is warm on your skin and the breeze is cool. It's a perfect day for you. And you open the gate and you enter into your garden. And as you enter into your garden, you see the most beautiful plant, the beautiful flower. It's beckoning you over to it. And so you can picture, visualize, or imagine walking over to that flower. And it's in the shape of a truffle. How interesting that is. And it's beckoning you to take a taste or to eat the truffle. You put the truffle in your mouth. You expect this cornucopia of flavors. But to your surprise, it tastes like vinegar. It tastes like vinegar. The only thing you could do is to spit out the truffle. And when you do, the flavor of vinegar disappears quickly. And you're restored back to feeling peace, relaxation, comfort, breathing in all the comfort air, breathing in all the fabulous aromas. And then you walk over to the next plant. And it looks like, and it's beckoning you to take a taste, it looks like dark chocolate. Oh, your mouth begins to water. You're so looking forward to this flavor. It's something that you really enjoy. So you pluck it and you put it in your mouth, expecting this wonderful cornucopia of flavors. And much to your surprise, it tastes like vinegar. So again, the only thing you can do is to spit it out. And as soon as you do, the flavor in your mouth disappears. And you think to yourself, maybe this isn't the way I want to eat. And in your garden, is this bountiful full of berries, beautiful berries, blackberries, raspberries, blueberries. And then in the next section, pistachios. Oh, they look so wonderful. They taste so good. And you put one in your mouth and it's absolute delight. It tastes like heaven. And in your garden, you're walking along with the wonderful flavor of pistachio in your mouth. And you come upon an avocado tree. Oh, they look so luscious, so plump, so ripe. So you're able to break one open, and it tastes absolutely fabulous. Oh, what a taste. Filling you with the taste of avocado. So delicate, so light. And as you go along, you come to the grains and the oats. You see the seeds, the sesame seeds, the quinoa, the beans, the lentils, the hummus, all of which are great for you. They offer you wonderful flavors and they offer you feeling full and satiated. And then you come upon Greek yogurt. Oh, the whole bowl of Greek yogurt. Oh, and as you put it in your mouth, you love, just love the luscious texture and the flavor of the yogurt. So here it's time to come back. You've made the circuit through your garden. You're coming back with gifts, the gifts of the berries, the gifts of the avocados, the pistachios, the gifts of the quinoa, the oats, the beans, the lentils, the olives. Oh my God, the olives, the sweet potatoes, the Greek yogurt. These are all gifts that you're coming back with. So we're going to start counting from 0 to 5. At 0, 0 always means deep sleep for the purposes of hypnosis and hypnosis only. And only with your express permission. You can return to your garden at any time just by closing your eyes and taking 5 deep breaths and repeating the words deep sleep. At 1, you've come to the gate of your garden. You open the gate, you walk through it, and you close the gate. Coming back with your box of gifts. The gifts of berries, the gifts of avocado, the gifts of pistachios, the gifts of quinoa, beans, lentils, hummus, Greek yogurt. At 2, you're walking back with your box full of gifts, feeling satiated, feeling totally relaxed. At 3, we're coming back. You can feel the room, you can feel the air in your room. At 4, you're coming back. At 5, eyes open, wide awake, eyes open, wide awake, and welcome back. Take a minute. You went deep, my friend.
It was so interesting because, yes, and at the same time, I never felt out of will, if I can
Uh-huh.
put it that way. I always knew where I was, physically.
Hmm. Yeah, you do.
You know,
Totally in control.
yeah,
You never lose control.
yeah. Not that I was concerned anyway. I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
curious. Hmm. So where I went was there's a field that's part of the domain of my French chateau
Uh-huh.
that's set aside for an orchard.
Oh,
So I pictured that it's only got one row of trees so far, but I pictured it with like 4 rows of trees. And of course, at this time of year, they're all beautifully in flower. And
oh, how fun. How fun.
yeah.
You did well. You did very well. It's you gave a very interesting reaction when I mentioned the word vinegar.
Well, I have some 20-year-old balsamic vinegar that I use as a drizzle
Uh-huh.
on my fig and anise chocolate truffles.
Oh,
So it's
ooh,
like
cool.
my inner system was going, well, does this mean we like vinegar? That we don't like vinegar? Is this? I thought, just go with it. Whatever.
Well, you kind of got this funny ooh.
Oh, so somebody who's listening hates vinegar. So great.
Oh, perfect.
Guys.
Perfect. So, oh yeah. I mean, growing up, that's what my mother would always say. If you don't stop cursing, you're gonna get a teaspoon of vinegar.
Ooh,
Taught me real quick.
what's the lesson?
Just one time, I learned my lesson.
That was enough. Fast learner. This is good.
Yeah, yeah. It was like I don't like this taste, and it stays with you a long time. So,
Well, of course, now what I want to do is go over to my fridge and get out my box of truffles and experiment.
well, that's what my client did. She said she went home and she still had ice cream in the refrigerator. She pulled it out and she tried to taste it, and she goes, "This isn't working. I can't eat this."
Okay, talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Hang on.
So someone is saying I felt in control and someone is holding my hand. That's wonderful. What a wonderful feeling. That is just wonderful. So incredible feling.
So here we go. As I say, the pleasures of working from home.
Yeah, pleasures of working from home.
Yeah, and I don't know how well you can see.
Oh my God, those are gorgeous.
These are orange, and these are honey almond.
Oh, I would eat the whole box.
Well, unfortunately, you are 2,000 miles away, so that's not going to happen.
True. That's true. That's not going to happen.
This is experimental. I'm doing this for you all. Now that's interesting. Doesn't taste of vinegar, but it doesn't taste of chocolate either.
Cool. So your mind accepted an in between.
Yeah. It's like, okay, these are honey almond, right? I can taste the almond. I can taste the honey. I can taste the almond liqueur, the amaretto. I can taste the sugar. It's like the 72% chocolate has dropped out.
Wow. Okay.
Very curious.
Interesting. So your subconscious,
I mean,
it does work it does typically work right away. And what Dr. Keir is saying is that for her, vinegar is something that she uses regularly.
Yeah, it's neutral for me. It's not
It's
a
neutral.
disagreeable flavor for me.
So what I needed to do was to use another uh, analogy. I probably should have used another flavor that for the sake of time, I didn't do the intensive interview process that
Right.
we would do. So,
So if we were to do this again, Dr. Kevin, here's what I would love to suggest, because I understand this whole layer thing, because that's in my work, this comes up a lot too.
mhm.
It's like behind that, if I knew about me, wait a minute, I'm going to get confused in my pronouns. Anyway, another way of doing it would have been to focus on the taste of sweetness
Right.
itself rather than chocolate. See, I don't have any problem with
Yeah.
dark chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah? The problem that I have is with the sweetness. And I wonder if it would be possible to kind of another time, obviously, but
Yes.
rework it. If
Yeah.
that's
We can work it that way as well.
yeah.
So typically, what I would do in a typical when I start working with someone is I do probably about a 45-minute interview
Sure.
with that person.
Yeah.
And we go through very specific things as to what likes and dislikes they have,
Yeah.
especially if we're working on sugar cravings. Now, one person commented that they hate vinegar.
Right. So
them,
it's exactly right. So you were probably picking up on this person in the field. Good job.
I probably was. And so I typically just kind of try and tune into the person. So I was probably picking up on that person. And I would have explored with you what flavors you really enjoy and what flavors you don't.
Yeah. If you turn sweetness into fish, man, I would be just all over that, because I was allergic to fish until I was 25.
Oh my God.
So it's
Oh my
like,
God. Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
about kidney beans. There are a couple of things that. I know the one. Brussels sprouts.
Oh, that's right. You hate Brussels sprouts.
Pure green balls of evil. My buddy Michael really likes them. I mean, he grew up in Britain, and
Yeah.
was much more popular and common there. And at least once a year, like around the holidays, he'll say, "Well, like, you never really tried Brussels sprouts done this way." And I was saying, "I don't care. I'm not interested. Just like,
Don't do it. Don't do it.
no."
I did have a client that hated broccoli,
Well, there you go.
and he was diabetic
Yeah.
and afraid of needles
Yeah.
also, and he wouldn't manage his blood sugar levels.
Right.
But the doctor wanted him to eat fresh vegetables to manage his insulin levels.
Right. This is the vegetable guy. Yeah.
Yes, and he would not do it, and his wife could not make him do it. And his son was starting to develop the same dislikes based off the father. So after 8 weeks of sessions, it took 8 weeks, he developed this wonderful desire for broccoli.
I love it.
And he was going to the store and buying the broccoli and buying other fresh vegetables. And then he was looking into his wife's recipe books and cooking the vegetables and cooking the dinner. And his doctor said, "Oh my God, we can reduce your insulin levels because your insulin is much better now."
Right.
So they were able to reduce the amount of insulin he had to inject.
That is so good.
And so, but that took 8 sessions.
Yeah.
So someone said, does it work right away? Well, sometimes it does. It worked right away for this one client I had. We worked on just ice cream, but probably it would take at least 4 or 5 sessions to really turn your taste around for truffles.
Yeah. And, as I say, I only use dark chocolate, so I'm not personally, I'm not that worried about truffles.
Right.
It's the sugar part that worries me. But I'll tell you, I am looking at this 2/3 of a honey almond truffle with absolutely complete lack of interest.
Success.
So good thing I'm going for a drink with friends this afternoon. I'll bring the rest of the box and see what I can palm them off on them. I've got 10 pounds of 72% chocolate in my freezer as we speak.
Oh my God.
I only get to Trader Joe's once a year. So
yeah, we so there was success. We did have success.
Yes.
And it's not it is common for clients to have other things pop up, and it's common for the subconscious to look at something in a different way.
Yes, I absolutely get that. And
so we may be saying one thing, but like I mentioned, your subconscious was taking the word vinegar.
It's like, okay.
But it was like going, okay, we could process this and we can change it.
Yeah.
So you changed, and you went in the direction that your subconscious would allow you to go.
Yeah. And that is really the whole point about working with the subconscious. We're always seeking to work with it, not against it.
Right.
Yeah. Because there are, in my world, we would say there's channels that are patterns or habits or whatever the word is that you're looking for, that really are programs and default preferences. And you will continue to fall into those default preferences unless you kind of unstack them bit by bit. So, I mean, this felt like a great first step to me. And I understand that one may need more. Yeah.
And you probably need more sessions. And so normally when I work with folks, we do the evaluation. You never lose control. We come up with a treatment plan that we both agree on. We have to both agree on it.
Absolutely.
And then we set up the goals that we both agree on, and then we start the sessions. And then the sessions are specifically designed for those goals.
Yeah. I love that, the methodical quality that you're speaking of, which is also true for Butrans. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of being methodical and what have you, we're actually out of time.
Oh my gosh. I had so much fun. Thank you.
Let us give our viewers a last word. Give us the last word there, Dr. Kevin.
Oh, I'm Dr. Kevin Richardson, and I'm your go-to guy for your hypnotherapy needs.
And that was Dr. Kevin Richardson, who is absolutely the go-to guy for your hypnotherapy needs. So, boy, between what he does and what I do, man, we can just... It actually reminds me of that wonderful a truck. Yeah, It was a white truck with green letters, and it says the Marquis de Sade, S-O-D. We whip your lawn into shape. Well, Dr. Kevin and I, we whip your subconscious into shape.
We do. We could rule the world. No, not really. I don't want to do that. I just want to help people get better.
Exactly. And I want to help you be you in the now. So Thank you all for showing up. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. Woohoo! Bye for now.
Bye-bye.